Hey guys, and welcome into a special little video I'm going to do where I'm going to be going over the trailer for Anno 1800 that dropped about an hour ago. And we have been analyzing the video, going over it on Discord, talking about different things we saw in it. And I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. So let's jump over and we're going to actually watch the full trailer, and then I'll go back and talk about a few things. So let's see what it had in it. All right, guys, that was really awesome. I really enjoyed that little trailer right there. I was so excited when it finally came on and I got to see some of the new stuff coming up. So let's go ahead and we're going to slow that play back down to about half speed. We're going to skip through the sunken treasures part. We already know about all that that's going on. That has been out. I have the video on my the Let's Play on my series right now. Let's Play series on my channel right now, rather. Oh, let's mute that. That sounds terrible. Now, here's the part that got me really excited. I already love my cultural stuff, and this botanical garden right here, oh my gosh, that looks so cool. I love the way that looks. These different buildings in here, it looks like there's some new fountains. Some of this stuff looks like it's coming from the World's Fair, like these channels right here are from the World's Fair. But then I see some, I don't know if this is a module. I think it's a module based on the shape of it. So this looks like a module, this looks like a module, and this does too, and so do these three right here. And of course these buildings. Now this thing is going to be set up like your zoos and museums. It's going to be, I'm assuming you're going to have to go and find parts for it. I don't know where those parts will come from, but you'll get pieces for it. It possibly could be from the World's Fair where you get that stuff. And then you unlock those and you lay it out just like your zoos and your museums. Now, will this cost influence? That's a good possibility. It's going to cost more influence. If it does, then that's something we're going to have to deal with. We'll have to have more influence to build something like this. But we will cross that bridge when the DLC comes out and we see it. But I think this looks absolutely gorgeous. They did a beautiful job with the rendering and all of this. And there is something right here I want to stop and show right in here. See that? See these white tiles? Those white tiles were in the beta and they were taken out of the main game. I confirmed with Ubisoft, with an employee at Ubisoft that we talked to on the Discord a lot, and he said those tiles are coming back and will be an ornamental in the game coming with the Botanical DLC on September 10th. So we will get these tiles back, which makes me so happy because that means a lot of redesigning of my city where I'm using these mosaic tiles right now. I can line things with these because these match up with your modules and your cultural buildings perfectly with the style of them. So we are getting those back. This right here is another building we're getting called the Musical Pavilion that you'll be able to put down, and this pavilion will actually play music from previous Anno games. Anno 1602, or 1602 AD rather, I think is it's called here in the United States, had gorgeous music settings, and I'm really hoping that music all the way back to the original first Anno game is in, because I will be playing that in my games from this musical pavilion. So that's a special building we're going to be getting that lets you change the soundtrack for the game. So let's kind of keep on going. I love the look of that. It is that fits so well with the Victorian era and the industrial Victorian theme. Having that pavilion with those guys, that is so awesome. Again, we get some views of some different buildings that we're gonna be able to put down. They just look amazing. And then we're gonna go on through the fountains right here. And here comes some of the cool stuff. Now, this is the future DLC coming out called The Passage, which is not coming until winter. So I'm going to go ahead and pause right here. And let's go up a little bit further. Okay, we're going to pause right here. And if you look, this warehouse looks different from the other warehouses we built. You can see it has another piece on the side that looks like it's part of the whole building. So it looks like we get a unique warehouse. Let's see, will that go away? Yeah. And here's a building right here that looks like it's probably going to be some sort of our first guess was like a whaling station, like a for collecting blubber and whale oil. Now that was in Anno 1701 was the last game that include whaling as a production to gather oil. Now, I don't know if they're going to add that in. Whaling is a more controversial topic these days in the world, so I don't know if they're going to have that in. But it could be a whaling station. It could be something for gathering salt water and turning salt water into maybe drinkable water. Because you're up here, they don't have access to fresh water here, so that could be something for turning salt water into fresh water. I don't know. There's several possibilities, or it could be a salt mine of some sort, extracting salt from the water, and then you can see there's some boiling pots, and they could be boiling that water down and getting the salt out of it and separating the salt from the water. That's some possibilities. So new building here. As we go on in a little bit more, we can see some houses. It looks like there's two different style of houses. I see these smaller homes, and then there's some bigger ones here. I don't know if these are two different classes or if this is the same class and there's just several different styles. But we can see some more houses, and this pole in the middle that looks like it's going to be an ornamental, because you see we have a blank space in the middle. That's probably an ornamental. And then this is cool right here. This is your airship hangar. This is where you'll build airships at. I know people have already been complaining about the steampunk feel of the game, but you have to remember this is industrial Victorian era style of this game now, and some steampunk was a thing back then. Now the automatons and stuff that we got with old Nate really went into the steampunk thing, but airships specifically are not steampunk. There are steampunk airships, but airships themselves are not steampunk. They were very common in the industrial era to have large dirigibles and zeppelins and stuff like that. You can see one at Old Nate's Island. I'm assuming that's the model we're going to be getting. And to me, it really doesn't look like it should even be afloat. It's kind of ramshackle looking. So we are getting airships, and they will be for trade routes. I did confirm that with the Ubisoft. They will be a trade route instead of ships going back and forth to the Arctic. Well, I think you will get ships because we did see a cargo ship, but airships will be an option for transferring cargo between the Arctic region and your other old world regions and stuff. So there is the huge airship building. I can only imagine what it's going to take to build that and build airships. It looks like right here we have some sort of farms. I don't know what those animals could possibly be in there. I'm not sure what those could be at all. I have no idea, but some sort of enclosures and fences and pens. Actually, no, no, no. Wait a minute. Those might be huskies. You see these like dog cages? Those look like dog cages. I think those are huskies. So probably like needing them for people because they'll need like dog sleds and stuff to get around. So those are probably huskies, and you'll probably be building dog sleds for your population as a need. So there you go. That's probably what that's going to be. And right here we see more houses and stuff, and then we come up here and we go over the mountaintop and we get a really cool quick view. If I can hit the pause and the space real fast. Come on, get to it. I did see this right here. I see igloos. I'm not sure what this is going to be. I have no idea how what those are going to factor into, but I do see igloos with some people standing around. Then, yeah, here they come. You can see them right here. There's three of them. And we're going to pause real quick. Yeah, there we go. You can see these are the airships you'll be building. As you can see, they're not steampunk. They are not covered in gears and metal and weird spines coming off them everywhere. They look like a dirigible that you would have seen in the industrial area. Large helium-filled balloons with a basket suspended beneath it right here. And these look like probably two propellers or something to help kind of guide it. So these are the airships we'll be building right there. And then probably the most exciting thing that I was actually just shocked. I was not prepared for this whatsoever. Is that we are getting a day and night cycle. That is part of the Spice It Up mod at the moment, as you may be well aware, and it looks like they are taking that from Spice It Up and adding it into the game with a day-night cycle. Now, I'm assuming this day-night cycle kind of either can be turned on and off, disabled, however you want to handle that. And one thing I noticed that I had a discussion on the Discord about was I was looking around and noticed there are no power lines anywhere. And my first thought was, oh, they got rid of power lines. Maybe we're going to a system kind of like Spice It Up where the power lines are replaced with street lights or something. And I got to looking around, and then I realized this is Bright Sands. This trailer footage right here is from Bright Sands from the campaign. And I know that because once you zoom out right over here, this area right here, you can find this in Bright Sands. This is Bright Sands is what this is. That's all it is. And here is where actually your house, the Good Family Manor, this is it right over here. So this is just Bright Sands is all it is. And I went to Bright Sands in the campaign itself, and there are no power lines in Bright Sands. So my heart was crushed. I was hoping we can get rid of power lines. I hate them. I despise them. I think they look terrible. But they're just using AI Cheat Island here for the trailer with no power lines on it, which is fine. But we are getting a day-night cycle, which is so cool. I've wanted to see my city at night for so long, and it is really awesome that we are going to get that chance. So that's pretty much all the trailer. That's all the little things I've noticed in it. Let me know if you've noticed anything in the trailer that I might have missed, and what you think of the trailer. What do you think about the upcoming content that we're getting for the game? Is there something else you wanted to see? Is there something you're not excited about? Something you wish we weren't getting? I know airships are going to be a controversial topic. A lot of people equate airships with steampunk, and steampunk is something that a lot of people don't want to see in the game. But airships are part of the industrial era. It fits with the theme of the game, so I feel that it's fine to have them. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and we will see you next time. Until then, take care.